Okay, so here it is, the Weebill 2. I've had a few days to play with this now. After I unboxed it the other day, I just thought I'd go through the little things. Let's talk price first, the price of this thing. There's 4 different packages. The normal version, its retail price is around $550 US in RMB here, but it's selling for around $460 US. The second version, which includes the bag and the extra handle for the secondary grip, is $650 US. Again, this is all rounded up on a converter, obviously, in RMB, but it's selling for around $560 US. And the Pro version, which is what I have here, that includes the trans-mount video transmission, the 2.0 version, that comes with it, and it also comes with the trans-mount zoom and focus thingy-majiggy. And the Pro version is around $900 US and selling for about $770 US. The Pro Plus version is then retailed at $1,100 US. I found one retailer selling it less than that, and they were selling it for around $970 US. That's all the pricing. Obviously, that's what the pricing is here, and things are reduced. I don't know how long they're going to stay at that price for. I've had the chance to set this up and have a little play with it over the last couple of days. Reading manuals. Like I said, not a gimbal expert, and usually I would watch YouTube videos of someone setting this up. Turned out I was one of the first people to actually get my hands on one of them. I'm going to show you the setup because I found a few things a little bit fiddly when it came to setting up, so I just thought I'd show you some of the things that I struggled with. If you already have the Weebill S, things are quite similar on the setup to this. If you already have the older trans mount model, it's exactly the same to set up with this, and the same with the focus mount. The reason why I'm making this video is because I found a few things, so if anyone else is struggling when they get their hands on one of these, just little things help, then hopefully it helps. We'll jump into some overheady stuff, and I'll just show you what I found easy, what I found hard. Let's talk about some of the newer features. The lock buttons are slightly different now. They all lock, obviously, out like this. 3 lock buttons, and they can all be locked back in to place before it's locked, so and then it will lock in. Same with this one, if you lock it on the side and then twist, it will then lock. The same with the tilt axis, if you lock it and then you move it down, it will then lock into place. Obviously, a massive difference on this is the flip out screen, and then the dials here on the side, so it can be operated with your thumb. So if you buy the Pro version or the second version, it comes with another grip, and the grip comes with a small Allen key style hole here. First recommended I'd put this on first, and you basically screw the Allen key into here, nice and easy, and then clips in, and then the same latch that the rest of the gimbal has. Secondary grip, and that's not going to go anywhere, and it's got an easy quick release, and then you just pull the lever, pull the button, and off it comes. What I didn't do when I was setting this up with the trans mount video transmission was that I balanced the gimbal with the camera. Didn't put this on till last. So again, another advice, if you've already got one of these or you use the Gimbal S, it's exactly the same clips. So my recommendation is unclip the first one, flip it round. This mount comes on the trans mount. So I was looking for this part in the bag, but this actually comes on the trans mount, and you have to make sure that you align it the right way so that when you slide in, it grips in. And then I'd put that on first and get the wires ready before you balance the gimbal. The next thing that I struggled to figure out, maybe not the smartest one, so with the quick release plate, you also get the mount that mounts onto your camera, and it comes with 4 screws. These screws like this, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how you get these screws through. So if you're also having this problem, if not just me, there's it's slightly bigger at one end. Screw the screws through it. It's definitely easier than it looks. There we go. And it just screws through, and once it's in and it's not going anywhere. You put 2 screws through, and then the 2 screws screw onto this. But if, like me, you're using a quick release plate, the quick release plate can just screw in to where you want it. So then if you do have a bigger camera with a bigger lens, then there's these extra parts that mount on the end. So it basically sits and hugs your lens here. So once you've got these sort of things done, this mounted, if you've got a bigger lens, this mounted, oh, that's some heavy rain. And then if you have the trans mount already mounted, you're ready to then mount your camera onto this and balance the gimbal. Again, if you have already balanced the gimbal before, it's relatively simple, and I'm not going to show you the ins and outs of how to do so. I will show you what it looks like when my camera is on the gimbal. Wow! So, I had to change camera. Now I have mounted my camera on. So first, I unlock two of the plates and spin. We lock this back plate in to make sure that the fastens are out on this side here, and then the plate just slides through, and then you hear a click. This is the button. Now it won't release until you push this button, so it clicks in, and then we can lock this. Now this is the problem that I've found so far. Like, this is a problem because I pull this, so let's lock this top on for now, but I pull and I'm putting some force into this and it does not, I mean, it's locked, but there comes a problem when we mount this later, because this sits here, this then, the two locking parts will hit each other. So I really have to force this down, and it almost feels like it's going to break. That is like full pressure, unless I'm being super weak. Once you've got this in, you can then go ahead and balance the gimbal. I'm not going to walk through how to balance the gimbal because there's plenty of other tutorials out there about balancing. So once you've balanced the gimbal, I will show you some other things that I struggled with. Okay, one more thing that I did find frustrating when I was balancing the gimbal was that I wasn't sure how to balance the pan axis at the bottom. You lean it one way and it shouldn't spin, basically. If it spins like this, you just need to move it backwards or forwards. So that's the only problems I had while balancing this onto the trans mount. Now with the Xt4, there's a few little minor glitches that I found, but this is only using it one day. So what's really important is that the wire that is yellow is the wire that connects the gimbal to the trans mount. So the wire goes into the side where it is single-sided, the one with the yellow tag on it. You might need to put this on before sliding it in, depending on where your tilt axis level is, because it's a little bit tight here. So I put it in beforehand, and then we have to make sure we connect it to the bottom part. There is a tiny picture that you can see. Then the other two wires, you pick whichever wire is correct for your camera. So for the Xt4, it's the HDMI to mini HDMI, and then again, self-explanatory. You open up your camera side, whatever camera you have, HDMI goes in, the only one it can go in. Can only go in the HDMI, and then into the camera, the other USB-C. If you notice, the two that go into your camera have little scratches on the one side, so you should not get mixed up with them. But this took me a while before it worked. So then, once you've got that sorted, you can power on the gimbal, holding this button down for 3 seconds. And we are away. Absolutely no noise out of the thing. Quick look at the menu. You've got all your mode settings. The same as before. Follow mode, portrait mode. And the gimbal will obviously go into these modes as soon as you click them. I have the gimbal locked at the moment. And you also have the 3 settings on the side. So we have the mode settings, balanced, advanced features. We'll go through all of them. And then when your camera is connected, currently filming with the camera now, you'll see a little camera setting here when the trans mount is on. And all you do is you pull down from the top and it will show what is displayed on your camera, but I don't have a camera attached at the moment. This is basically the gimbal set up now with everything on it from the Pro package. The Xt4 is still not 100% compatible, so there's a few things that I hopefully would like to see in the firmware updates. The build quality is much improved. It's not as plastic and and fiddly, even though it is a little bit heavier. I think 400 grams heavier. It just feels much sturdier and stronger. So that's just a massive improvement. If we just do a quick example here, there's your manual focus working pretty well. So far it's been excellent. It's everything I wanted from this gimbal. A quick overview, I suppose, and my first thoughts. It comes out on July 1st, everywhere else now. So if you've got any other questions or anything I can help with, just shoot a comment below and click the like button if you could. See you in the next video. There's some South China weather. Woo!